bond court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want bond court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.
Mario Pérez Pérez.
Mario Perez Perez.
Sí.
All right, thank you. We're going to appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. You were picked up on the charge of battery, domestic violence. I have reviewed the affidavit. I will find probable cause. Sir, do you live with the alleged victim?
No.
No.
Okay. And as to this case, which is 2022 MM54, we're going to set bond at $500. You're not to have any contact with the victim, and you're not to possess any weapons or firearms. You are also out on bond in case 2022 CT 9. Is it 90? I didn't know if that was the O or not. So 90, 2022 CT 90. It's out of Osceola. We'll just stay the bond for now. Keep the same conditions of release. Okay, sir, if you have any questions, talk to your lawyer, and best of luck to you.
That's no action, Your Honor.
All right, good morning, sir. Can you tell us your name, please?
Jorge Luis Labrador Gómez.
Jorge Luis Labrador Gómez.
All right, we're going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You're here on the charge of no valid driver's license. I've reviewed the affidavit. I will find probable cause. He does qualify for pretrial release, correct? So we'll release him on straight pretrial release. No other conditions. If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer, and best of luck.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much.
Okay, that should be it for our Spanish cases.
Your Honor, will any of the witnesses need a Spanish interpreter?
A wonderful question. No? That means no? Okay, no. I'm being told no, but don't get mad
Okay.
at me if we call you again.
The thing is that the interpreter leaves after this, so
No, I know. You guys.
Okay.
I know you guys like to have your lunch. I know. All right, thank you.
okay.
All right, have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. You as well.
All right, bye-bye. Okay. Morning, sir. Can you tell us your name, please?
Dimitri Bernard Care.
All right, Mr. Carey, I'm going to appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. It appears you were picked up on a capias, which I cannot modify. Your bond is set at $1,000, and that's what it will be. The conditions on the capias are that you are to have no contact with the victim,
Yes, sir.
co-defendant, or witness, not to return to the scene of the offense, and not to possess any weapons or firearms. If you have any questions, talk to your attorney, and best of luck to you.
Do you know who the attorney is?
Your Honor, Wilson was a refusal.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent Mr. DeMarco Wilson. Counsel, I'll let you be heard on it, but I'm probably addressing it.
That's fine, Judge.
I have reviewed the affidavit. He's here on possession of cocaine, assault, trespass, and of a conveyance. I will find probable cause. We'll stay the bonds as is. They're at 1,000, 250, and 250. Order him not to have any contact with the victim, no return to the scene, no drugs, alcohol, weapons, or firearms. Okay, sir, can you tell us your name, please?
Michael Bennett.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Bennett. Mr. Bennett, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You're here on 2 cases, I believe. One, you were picked up as a new charge, which is 2022 MM633, trespass on property after warning. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you if I haven't said that already. I did review the affidavit. I will find probable cause. We will set your bond as to we'll stay the bond at $500 as to that case and order you not to return to the scene, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, or firearms. You were also out on bond in case 2022 CF27 for battery on a law enforcement officer. Your bond in that case was $500. We're going to double it to $1,000 now. And any conditions of release you previously had on that case, they're going to remain the same. If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer, and best of luck to you.
Judge, the state offered Mr. Bennett time served on the trespass. Would you be willing to accept that plea? He's already reviewed the plea form.
Not right now because of the other case. I'm not going to do it right now. Okay? And because of the history.
Yeah. You can do both.
Okay, which one I have?
Yep, that way.
No, this one.
That's where you hired witness. It's not just.
It just shows, he said there was this off.
Then I don't worry about it. Yeah, it just means we're bad. So, okay, great. Okay, ma'am, can you tell us your name, please?
Shannon Morosky.
All right, Ms. Morosky, I'm going to appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. It looks like in a previous case that you were here for, the officer went back and added more charges. I did review the affidavit. I will find probable cause. We'll stay the bonds at the amount in the police report. It's $2,500 as to count 1, and then $150 as to the remaining counts 2 through 5. I'm not going to order any additional conditions of release at this time, but you probably have conditions of release on the other cases, okay? If you have any questions, talk to your attorney, and best of luck to you.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a good day. You're on.
This young man does not look like a Deborah. Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, Your Honor.
This is Mr. Cangelosi. Mr. Cangelosi, what's your client's name?
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Gordon Alward. I had requested also that Deborah Alward be brought in. Ultimately, what I'm going to be asking the court to do is reduce bond.
This is, well, hold on, let me figure out what's going on first. This is Mr. Allward,
Yes,
and who's this young lady?
this is his wife, Deborah Alward.
Allward, Deborah Allward. Perfect, got it. Okay, can we have appearance from counsel, please,
Nick
officially?
Angelosi on behalf of the defendant.
Nicholas Cangelosi.
Oh, Nicholas
Can you spell your last name for the clerk, please?
CONGELOSSI.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. All right, Both of you are here in case 2022 CF 669A and B for what looks like 4 counts each. Let me make sure that's right. Yeah, 4 counts each of exploitation of an elderly or disabled adult. There was a previous capias already issued in the case, which I can't modify. The bonds were set as to count 1, $100,000, count 2, $150, count 3, $150, and count 4, $150, and you were ordered not to have any contact with the victim, co-defendant, or witnesses. That's pretty much all we can do today. If you have any questions, talk to Mr. Cangelosi, okay? All right, best of luck to you all.
Your Honor, they both did qualify for pretrial release.
Thank you. We're not doing pretrial release. Sorry, Mr.
Thank you, Your
Cangelosi.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Smith. Who do we have with us today?
On behalf of Joseph Bowden, to my right.
All right, do you want his full name again? Attorney's name?
And the victim's present, Judge.
Okay, thank you. All right, good morning, sir. Are you Mr. Joseph John Bowden? Okay, and you're present with counsel. You're here on the charge of battery, domestic violence. And we do have a witness. I have reviewed the affidavit. I will find there's probable cause. Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
You raise your right hand so the clerk can swear you in, please.
Do you solemnly swear affirm testimony to give me the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
State your name for the record.
My name is Leah Glassburn.
Okay. What was, you said Glassburn?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. Glassburn, I'm going to let the attorneys ask you some questions here in a second, but is there anything you want to tell the court before I let them ask you some questions?
I am just in fear right now, Your Honor, for myself and my child, which is why I decided to come today. So.
Okay. If Mr. Bowden's released, do you want to have any contact with him?
No, sir. Not for me or my child right now at the moment.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Smith, do you have any questions?
Do you all live in the home together?
Yes, we do. Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you not want him to return to the home at this particular time?
I have a safe place to go. I don't want to keep him out on the street or make him whatever. He can stay and I can leave. I just don't want him around me or my daughter at the moment.
Okay. So if the judge allows him to return to the home that you previously shared, you won't be there?
No, sir. I would just need a day to get some of my stuff today and I could leave.
Okay. So you would feel comfortable with him returning to the home that you previously shared?
Yes, sir. If he has nowhere else to go, I'll go, and that's fine.
Okay. I don't have any further questions. Thank you, Judge.
State, do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor. We just asked that the victim be given time to leave the home. So a grace period of when the defendant can return.
Okay. As I said, I have probable cause. I'm going to set the bond at $1,000. You're not to have any contact with the victim. I'll let you return to I'm going to order you to maintain separate residences. If that means you're not living together, that means you're not living together. That means you can't live together, though. So if she decides to stay in that home, which she can, you can't live there. I'm going to let you go back one time with law enforcement to collect your belongings. But you are to maintain a separate residence while this case is pending. And you're not to have any contact with the victim. I'm also going to order you not to possess any weapons or firearms. If you have any questions, talk to your attorney, and best of luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. Have a
Thank
good
you,
day.
Mr. Smith. Have a great day.
You said it was 1,000?
Your Honor, inmate Carrillo is medical. Eric Carrillo
All right. Eric Carrillo.
is medical.
Okay, I heard you. We're going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender. Counsel, I'll let you speak on it, but I'm probably addressing it anyway.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, there's a few things going on here. So, as to case 2022 CF700, He came in as a warrant, so probable cause was already found. The bond in those cases were set at none, but I think he's entitled to bond. So what we'll do is, as to count one, we'll set the bond at $5,000, and as count two, we'll set it at $500. He's not to have any contact with the victim. He's not to possess any weapons or firearms. If he, 500. If he lives with the victim, he may return one time with the assistance of law enforcement to retrieve his belongings, but otherwise he is to maintain a separate residence. Okay, that's Caius. And then the other case is 2022 CF 1138, which is possession of heroin. I did review the police affidavit in that case. I will find probable cause. We'll stay the bond in that case at $1,000. He's not to have any drugs, alcohol, weapons, or firearms. Everything with that, right? Tell me if I go too fast. All right, good morning, ma'am. I think you can come up now. Can you tell us your name, please?
Ashley Ann Guzman.
I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You're here on the charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. I did review the police report. I am going to find that there's probable cause. It is a domestic violence case. Sir, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
All right, can you raise your right hand to be sworn in by the clerk?
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you give me the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
State your name for the record.
Jose Pagan.
Say that a little bit louder for us.
Jose Pagan.
Jose Pagan?
Sir.
Okay. All right, Mr. Pagan, I'm going to let the lawyers maybe ask you here questions in a second, but do you have anything you want to tell the court before they start asking questions? No? Okay. Defense, do you have any questions?
Mr. Pecan, do you want to have contact with Ms. Guzman?
Yes. It was a misunderstanding. I don't want to proceed with any of this.
Okay, you mean you don't want to proceed with charges?
Yeah, I don't want to proceed with charges and, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's up to the state, but do you want to continue having her in the house with you?
Yes, this is her apartment.
Okay. Nothing further.
Okay, thank you. State, do you have any questions?
Mr. Pagan, do you fear for your safety around Ms. Guzman?
No.
Okay. No further questions from the state, Your Honor.
Okay. Then I'm going to set your bond at $2,500. I'm going to order you not to have any drugs, alcohol, weapons, or firearms in your possession. I'm also going to order you not to have any hostile contact with the victim as alleged in the police report, okay?
Your Honor, we did qualify Ms. Guzman for straight pretrial release.
We're not going to do pretrial
Okay.
release. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
If you have any questions, talk to your attorney, and best of luck to you, ma'am. Morning, sir. Can you tell us your name, please? Can you tell us your name, please?
Kelvin Guzman.
Mr. Guzman, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You're here on the charge, you were arrested for aggravated battery on a pregnant person, okay? Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you raise your right hand to be sworn in by the clerk?
Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give me the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
State your name for the record.
Taylor Visser?
All right, Ms. Guzman, I'm Judge Dean. I'm here to decide what conditions of release and what bond to set for Mr. Guzman.
Yes.
Can you tell us what your name is?
Taylor Visser?
All right, Ms. Visser. Is there anything you want the court to know before I set a bond or set any conditions of release?
Yes, I did not write that statement. I never called the cops on him. This was something that was out of my control. I was not around for this. I want him to come home. My son wants him to come home, and he's the father of my unborn child. Like, I want him home today.
Okay. Defense, do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
State, do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, like I said, I will find probable cause. I'm gonna set your bond at $10,000. I'm gonna order you not to have any contact with the victim in this case. If you live with the victim, you're allowed to go back one time with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings you have. Otherwise, you can't have any contact while this case is pending. It may be resolved fast, depending on what the state does with it, but while this case is pending, you can't have any contact. You're also not to possess any weapons or firearms. If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer, and best of luck to you.
Your Honor, can I please say something?
Sure, ma'am.
Okay, I need him to come home. He has a job. He's in school. I don't have $10,000, and I definitely want contact with him. Like, nothing in that statement is true. I did not write anything in that statement. I wasn't the one that
The
called the
state
cops.
attorney's office is going to review the case, and they're going to decide whether or not to make a filing decision on it. I don't know if the state has any cards with them. Do you have any cards over there where you can put it through the mailbox and give it to her so she can make a phone call? Usually there's cards.
There's no way you could just set his bail lower, please?
No, ma'am.
How come I can't have a contact with him?
I understand. I understand your concern.
It wasn't true.
Ma'am, I got to go to the next case. Best of luck to you, okay?
This is yours.
Okay. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell us your name, please?
Chelsea Heitzman.
All right, Ms. Heitzman. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You're here on the charge of aggravated battery, domestic violence. I have reviewed the affidavit. I will find probable cause exists. Do you live with the alleged victim?
We were just traveling, so no, I have my own house.
Okay, so you don't need to go to where he lives to get any of your belongings.
He has my dog and my phone and all of my stuff from the last 2.5 weeks.
Then I'm going to find probable cause. I'm going to order you not to have any contact with the victim while this case is pending.
Okay.
I'm going to order you to maintain a separate residence. I'll allow you to go back one time with the assistance of law enforcement to get any belongings that you have over there, okay?
And
We'll set your bond at $5,000. And you're not to possess any weapons or firearms. Yes, ma'am. You were going to say something?
since he has my phone, how am I gonna be able to maneuver all that stuff outside of the police station?
You're allowed to go back with one time with law enforcement to get any of your belongings.
Like immediately after I leave here?
You have to arrange it with the sheriff's office.
Okay, but I'm just saying I don't live here, so I don't live in Florida. I live in Missouri. And he has the phone, so I don't know how I'll be able to call anyone.
I'm sure your attorney will help you, or you got to contact the sheriff's office and you coordinate it with them, okay?
Okay.
All right, good morning, sir. Can you tell us your name, please?
Jermaine Hudson.
All right, Mr. Hudson. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You were brought in on an arrest warrant for the charges of domestic violence by strangulation, battery, domestic violence, and criminal mischief. Probable cause was already found. We're going to set your bonds as to count 1 at $5,000, as to count 2, $500, and count 3, $500. I'm ordered you not to have any contact with the victim. Do you live with the victim?
No, sir.
Do you have any stuff at the victim's house?
No, sir.
Okay, so no contact means no contact, no weapons. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms. And that's it. If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer, okay? 5,000, 500, and 500. Please, don't feel bad about that at all.
Your Honor, Oliver is medical.
Then let's go ahead and address Matthew Oliver. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent him. They already represent him in one of the cases that we're here for, which is 2021 MM 9156, where he was out on bond. That was 2021 MM 9156. He was out on bond for battery, domestic violence. There was an arrest warrant in case 2022 CF 1013 for 6 charges: robbery, sudden snatching, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, domestic violence, tampering with a witness, petty theft, battery, domestic violence, and violation of a no contact order, domestic violence. Okay, so here's what we'll do. As to 2022 CF 1013, as to count 1, his bond will be $5,000. As to count 2, his bond will be $5,000. As to count 3, his bond will be stayed at $5,000. As to count 4, his bond will be stayed at $1,000. As to count 5, his bond will be $500. And as to count 6, it'll be $5,000. He's not to have any contact with the victim. He's not to possess any weapons or firearms. If he maintains a residence with the victim, he's allowed to go back one time to get his belongings with the assistance of law enforcement, and he's to maintain a separate residence. If I didn't say it, he's not to possess any weapons or firearms. As to case 2022 CF 1013, battery, domestic violence, his bond will be revoked and it'll be set at none.
Judge, I didn't have the warrant on the new case to check the offense date. Would you be able to just confirm that the?
Yeah, it is. It said that it was alleged to have happened on January 25th, 2022.
Thank you.
Sure. Hey, good morning, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Michael Aaron Perez.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Perez. All right, you're here on the charge of battery, domestic violence by strangulation. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. I have reviewed the police affidavit. I will find probable cause. Ma'am, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, can you raise your right hand to be sworn in by the clerk?
You solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
State your name for the record.
Bethel Antoine.
All right, Ms. Anton, so today, if you haven't heard me say it before, we're here to determine what the conditions of release would be for Michael Perez and what his bond should be. So when making that determination, is there anything you want to tell me?
I just want to say that everything that happened was solely based on the fact that he was drunk, and I know that if he was sober, he would have never done any of those things. We have 3 kids together, and he's a great dad, and I just really want him to get some help with the alcohol because, like I said, he's a great dad, and I just want him to, be a little bit more responsible with the drinking. And I definitely don't want him to stay here, or I want him to be out and just working on himself for our kids.
Okay. Do you want any contact with him while he's out on bond?
Yes.
Do you want him living with you?
Yes, if we decide that that's something we want, then yes.
Defense, do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Miss, do you have fear of Mr. Perez?
No.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. We're going to set the bond at $5,000. Mr. Perez, I'm going to order you not to have any contact with the victim. I'm going to allow you one time back with law enforcement to go retrieve your belongings.
Sir.
While this case is pending. You're not to possess any weapons, firearms, alcohol, or drugs. If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer. And best of luck to you, ma'am. You may want to contact the state attorney's office, okay?
Thank you.
All right, best of luck to both of you. Yep. Separate residence. references, all that stuff. All right, good morning, sir. Can you tell us your name, please?
Marquise Deontay Alexander Tarver.
Okay, thank you. However, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You're here on the charges of battery, domestic violence by strangulation, and resisting an officer without violence. I have reviewed the affidavit. I will find probable cause. I'm going to set your bond at $5,000. Do you live with the alleged victim?
Yes.
Does pretrial release talk to the victim?
No victim contact made, Your Honor.
Say that one more time.
No victim contact made.
Okay, thank you. All right, then, Mr. Tarver, while this case is going on, you're not to have any contact with the victim. You're to maintain a separate residence. You'll be allowed back one time with the assistance of law enforcement to get any of your belongings. You're also not allowed to possess any weapons, firearms, drugs, or alcohol. If you have any questions about that, you can talk to your lawyer, and best of luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, he also has a resistant without.
The bond will be stayed at $500.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Good morning, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yes,
Can I have
sir.
your
My
name,
name
please?
is Sammy Baseso, sir.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, Mr. Baseso, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you.
Yes, sir.
You're here on the charge of battery, domestic violence.
Yes, Judge.
I have reviewed the affidavit. I'm going to find that there is probable cause.
Yes, Judge.
Ma'am, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand so the clerk can swear you in?
You solemnly swear, affirm. Oh, my Lord, I got this.
It's okay, take your time. You want me to do it?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. You can put your hand down. All right, ma'am, what we're here for today is I'm here to determine what the bond should be for Mr. Baseso and any conditions of release. So is there anything you want to tell me in making that decision?
Yes, sir. I just want to say I know your decision is very final. I wanted to say that this is my dad, and I really do need him in my life, and it is very hard what is going on right now. I don't want to say it was just a misunderstanding. It's just a thing that him and I need to work out, our relationship. I know your decision's final. I respect your decision. I just wanted to say that this is my dad, and I do really need him in my life.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Defense, do you have any questions?
Ma'am, do you want to have contact with your dad going forward?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you live together?
No, I'm with my mom.
Okay. So you're okay with continuing to live separately but still having contact with him?
Of course, yeah. My parents are divorced.
Okay. Nothing further, Judge.
All right, thank you. State, do you have any questions?
Ma'am, do you fear, or are you in fear of your father?
No, ma'am.
Okay. No further questions from the state, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we did qualify Mr. Ciso, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, for straight pretrial release.
Right, so like I said, we're going to find probable cause. I'm going to release you to straight pretrial release.
Thank you, Judge.
You're not to have any hostile contact with your daughter, okay?
Absolutely.
You're also not to possess any weapons or firearms while the case is pending. If
Absolutely,
you have any
Judge.
questions, talk to your lawyer, and best of luck to you, sir.
Absolutely, Judge.
All right, have a great day.
Yes, Judge. Thank you, too.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
Judge.
Good morning, can I have your name, please?
Nicole Diaz.
All right, thank you, Ms. Diaz. I'm going to appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. You're here on the charge of battery, dating violence, or domestic violence. I have reviewed the affidavit. I will find the existence of probable cause. You do qualify for pretrial release, and so I'll release you straight to pretrial release. I'm also going to order you not to have any hostile contact with the victim in the police affidavit. You're also not allowed to possess any weapons or firearms while the case is pending. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you have any questions, talk to your lawyer, and best of luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Did she have a one-time return with law enforcement, Judge?
I said no hostile contact, so.
Okay, thank you.
What's the difference?
So yes, as long as she's not hostile.
Thank you.
That was a judge joke. That was pretty bad. That's what you're saying? You can't laugh at it?
I wasn't.
You're supposed to laugh at judge
Okay,
jokes.
okay, I got you.
Just so you're all on notice from now on.
That was so funny, okay. Okay, McGinnis too.
All right, good morning, ma'am. Can I have your name, please? Ma'am, can you hear me? Can I have your name, please?
Liz.
What is it? Liz what?
Liz Mary Gomez.
Liz Mary Gomez, thank you. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You're here on the charge of battery domestic violence. I have reviewed the affidavit. I will find probable cause. Sir, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Can you tell us your name, please?
Tomas Gomez.
All right, Mr. Gomez. So today, Ms. Gomez is here for determination of what her bond would be and any conditions of release should she be released from jail. And I have to make that decision. So before I make that decision, is there anything you want me to know?
Yeah, I want to drop the charges and everything. She's my daughter.
You want to what the charges?
Yes.
Say that one more time for me.
Yeah, I want to drop the charges.
You want to drop the charges?
Mhm.
Okay.
She's my daughter, live with me.
Okay, thank you. Defense, do you have any questions?
Do you want to have contact with Ms. Gomez, sir?
Yes.
Nothing further, Judge.
State?
No questions from the state, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we did qualify Ms. Gomez for straight PTR.
Yeah, we'll release her straight to pretrial release, and I'll order you not to have any hostile contact with the victim in the police affidavit. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms while the case is pending either. You understand? If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer, and best of luck to you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
You don't have to.
Morning, ma'am. Can I have your name, please?
Megan Holloway.
All right, thank you. Ma'am, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You're here on the charge of battery domestic violence. I have reviewed the affidavit. I will find that probable cause exists for the charge. Sir, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, you can put your hand down. Thank you. Sir, we're here to determine what Ms. Holloway's bond should be and any conditions of release I should give her. And so, is there anything you want to tell me before I make that determination?
Yes, sir. We're here on vacation with our 3 kids, and we were drinking last night, and things got a little out of hand. And I'm ready for her to come out. Our kids are ready for her to come out. If you could, let her out today so we can go do our vacation, I would appreciate it.
Okay. Where are you guys from?
Texas?
Texas?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Defense, you have any questions?
No, Judge.
State, you have any questions?
Yes, Your Honor. Sir, do you want contact with the defendant?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you fear if she were to return with you?
No, ma'am.
No further questions from the state, Your Honor.
Pretrial able to do pretrial release from Texas?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Yes, we can, Your Honor.
All right, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna release you straight to pretrial release. You're to have no hostile contact with the victim as alleged in the police affidavit. You're also not to possess any weapons or firearms while the case is pending. You understand?
Yes, sir.
If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer. Best of luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So is she gonna get out today?
Should be getting out today, yes.
And do I gotta pay a bond?
No. No, sir.
Thank you.
Your Honor, Perkins is medical.
Okay. We don't have anybody else out there, do we?
Oh, Your Honor, nothing
No?
I see from here.
I mean, out. All right. Le'Veon Perkins. Right, I'm going to go ahead and address it, though. 2022 MM630, it's battery, dating violence. I did review the police affidavit. I will find probable cause. Due to his history, I'm going to set the bond at $2,000. I'm going to order him not to have any contact with the victim. If they live together, he's to maintain a separate residence. He'll be allowed back one time with the assistance of law enforcement to retrieve any belongings that he has. He's not to possess any weapons or firearms or drugs or alcohol. Okay. Morning, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Eric Jolly Watson.
Thank you, Mr. Watson. Mr. Watson, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You're here on the charge of battery, domestic violence. I have reviewed the police affidavit. I am going to find probable cause. Due to your history, I'm going to set the bond at $2,000. I'm going to order that you have no, well, do you live with the victim?
That's my wife.
Does pretrial have any contact with the victim?
She was supposed to appear in court, Your Honor.
You called me and told me. Excuse me.
That's all right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Let me see what else. She just verified community ties that they are residing together. But she was supposed to appear.
Okay, well, she's not here, so I think the statute requires me to order no hostile contact. You're allowed one time back with the assistance of law enforcement to get any of your belongings. Sorry, no contact with the victim. If I said no hostile, I meant no contact. You're maintain separate residence. Hold on one second. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms, and you're also not to possess any drugs or alcohol. I understand you might not like that. I think that's what the law requires. You can always get it modified with the trial judge, but that's the court's ruling today. If you have any questions, talk to your attorney, and best of luck to you, ma'am, or sir.
Your Honor, Alan Crystal, bonded.
What about Adams, Olive Adams? You're going to ask me for that number, aren't you?
Mr. Yannick, may I have the booking number?
22, sorry, let me know when you're ready.
You go on, Your Honor, I'm ready.
2200 2220.
Bonded.
All right. Is this Mr. Lorenzo Allen?
Yes, sir.
Great. Good morning, sir. Are you Mr. Lorenzo Allen?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. You're here on the charges of possession of ammunition by a convicted felon, possession of cannabis with intent to sell, possession of cannabis under 20 grams, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. I did review the police affidavit. I will find probable cause exists. I'm going to set your bond as follows. As to count 1, it'll be $1,000. As to count 2, it'll be $500. As to count 3, it'll be $100. As to count 4, it'll be $100. And as to count 5, it'll be $2,500.
I'm sorry, count one. I'm sorry, Judge.
you not to possess any weapons or firearms while you're out on bond. You're also not to possess any drugs or alcohol. If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer, and best of luck to you, sir. Morning, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Morning. Dale Boone.
All right, Mr. Boone, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You're here on the charges of aggravated assault with firearm, carrying a concealed firearm, carrying a concealed weapon, firearm by a convicted felon, and possession of ammunition by a convicted felon. I'm going to set your bond as follows. I will find probable cause exists for all those charges. Your bond shall be, as to count one, $15,000, and the remaining counts, it'll be $500. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms. You're not to have any contact with the victim in this case. If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer, and best of luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, Mr. Boone is asking the court to consider a bond reduction as to count one, based on his financial inability to afford $15,000. In terms of
Not in review of his criminal history, I'm not going to do that at this time. You can always move for a bond reduction with the trial judge, but for today, your bond's going to stay at that amount, okay? So that motion is denied. All right, good morning, ma'am. Can I have your name, please?
April Harvey.
Okay, before we get to Miss Harvey, Stevie Fulton.
Your Honor, may I have that booking number, please?
22002231.
Bonded.
Great. All right, Miss Harvey, good morning. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You're here on 5 charges. Grand theft, 3rd degree is count 1, and then as to count 2 through 5, it's petty theft of $100 or more. I will find probable cause exists. I will stay the bonds at the bonds listed in the police affidavit, so it'll be $500 as to count 1 and $250 as to the remaining counts. You're not to return to the scene of the crime as listed, or the scene of the incident as listed in the police affidavits. And you're to have no contact with the victims in this case. If you have any questions, talk to your attorney, and best of luck to you, ma'am.
Judge, Miss Harvey's informing me that she only has about $376 to put up for bond. Based on my estimation of the 10% on the bonds that were set, she's going to be about $120-something short. Based on her lack of criminal history and the fact that this is really just all one transaction, would the court be willing to give her a slight reduction so she can afford to secure a release?
Well, I think it's pretty low, especially for a felony already. I'm going to deny the motion now, but ma'am, you can always go in front of the trial court judge and try to get it lowered, okay?
Yeah, the bondsman can do that for you. Just call. You should be able to. Try a different bondsman. Some of them will do that. That information, you find a bondsman that will do it, and you get to go. All right, you're all set. Yep.
Your Honor, Henry is a refusal.
Marcus Henry. I'm going to appoint the office of the public defender to represent him. He's here on, I don't know, is he here on a few cases?
Your Honor, this is an add-on charge. He's here on the,
It's just the capias. The add-on is
the grand theft.
1116?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so he's here on just a capias, which I can't really do anything with anyway. His bond was set at $2,500. That's what it'll be set at. And the conditions of release on the capias were no contact directly with the victim, co-defendant, or witnesses. And that's for the charge of grand theft motor vehicle. Okay.
Your Honor, Johnson Lorenzo is also a refusal.
Is this another add-on?
Yes, Your Honor. We're addressing the 10760 grand theft of a motor vehicle.
Okay, great. I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent Mr. Johnson. This is a KPS case as well. His bond was previously set at $1,000 as to grand theft motor vehicle. The single count in that case, he was ordered not to have any contact with the victim, co-defendant, or witnesses, not to possess, consume any alcohol, drugs, or controlled substance without a valid prescription, not to possess any weapons or firearms, and not to drive without a valid driver's license.
Okay.
Morning, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Abner Lopez.
Hi, Mr. Lopez. I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You're here on 3 charges. First charge is trafficking in fentanyl, 4 grams or more. Second charge is possession of cocaine. And the third charge is possession of drug paraphernalia. 1 second. Okay, I will find probable cause exists. I've set your bond as follows. As to count 1, the bond will be $50,000. As to count 2, it'll be stayed at $150, and as to count 3, it'll be stayed as to $100. Any questions? Talk to your lawyer. You're also not to possess any drugs or alcohol, weapons, or firearms while out on bond. Best of luck to you, sir.
Judge, I understand the court's order. Mr. Lopez has informed me that he can afford approximately $1,500 toward bond, so we'd be requesting $15,000 based on his lack of criminal history and established community ties from his wife via PTR.
Thank you, counsel. That motion will be denied. Best of luck to you, sir. I'm hearing things. Hi, good morning. Can I have your name, please?
Morning, sir. My name is Abdul Powell.
Mr. Powell, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. We're here in case 2021 CF 15609. There was a capias issued for your arrest on 2 counts, possession of cocaine and possession of cocaine with intent to sell or deliver. The judge set your bond, I think it was for a failure to appear, though, on those cases. The judge set your bond on both of those counts as $300 as to count 1 and $15,000 as to count 2. I can't change the bond on a capias. Public defender was previously appointed. And probable cause was obviously already found and was a failure to appear. So if you have any questions, ask your attorney, and best of luck to you, sir. Morning, can I have your name, please? Your name?
Raymond Dean Sanchez.
Raymond Dean Sanchez. Okay. What happened with Myrtle Ronaldo?
May I have that booking number, please?
2200-2232.
Bonded.
All right, sorry. You're here on, looks like a couple different cases. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. One second. That's the case. I don't know what that says. 2022 CF 1146. You were picked up on a warrant, so probable cause has already been found in that case. The bonds were set by the judge at $2,500 as to count 1 and $1,000 as to counts 2 through 4 for a total of $5,500. You're also ordered not to have any contact with the victim and no return to the scene. As to case 2022 CF 1128. You're here on the charges of driving while license revoked as a habitual offender and attaching a tag unassigned to a vehicle. Have reviewed the affidavit in that case. I will find probable cause. We'll set your bond. We'll stay your bonds in that case at $2,500 as to count 1 and $500 as to count 2. You were also picked up in 2022 CF 1127 for possession of cocaine. I've reviewed the affidavit in that case. I will find probable cause. We'll stay your bond in that case at $1,000. We'll order you in that case not to possess any drugs or alcohol.
Do you have a case number on the second case, Judge?
So the first case was 2022 CF 1128. The second case that was the possession of cocaine is 2022 CF 1127. Then he was out on bond in 2 cases, I believe.
It's 3, Your Honor.
3 cases.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I have this.
The first case was 2022 CF 1146. I will find that these alleged offenses occurred while he was out on bond. And as to 2022 CF 1146,
Yeah, that was. Other 3, yeah.
I'm sorry, as to 2021 CF 5820. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, you're out on bond for grand theft motor vehicle in that case. Your bond was previously, I think, $1,000. Your bond will be revoked in that case. It'll be set at none. As to case 2021 CF 5819, you're out on bond for grand theft motor vehicle. Your bond was previously $1,000 in that case. It'll be revoked. It'll be set at none. As to case 2021 CF 5704, you're out on bond for trespass on a designated construction site, burglary of a conveyance ×3, criminal mischief, petty theft of $100 or more, and burglary of a structure. You're out on your own recognizance in that case. That'll be revoked. Your bond will be set at none. Does that cover all the cases?
Yes.
Okay, sir, if you have any questions, talk to your lawyer, and best of luck to you. Work on that one.
Yeah, I'll tell him.
Your Honor, Sepulveda is medical.
Sepulveda is what?
Medical.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent Sasha Sepulveda. Looks like she was picked up on yesterday for 6 charges: possession of cocaine with intent to sell or deliver, possession of methamphetamine with intent to sell, possession of fentanyl, possession of oxycodone, possession of cannabis, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Okay, I've reviewed the police affidavit.
Bond court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of Bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want Bond court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.
I will find probable cause exists for those charges. We'll stay the bonds in that case. As to count 1, it'll be $15,000. As to count 2, it'll be $15,000. As to count 3, it'll be $1,000. As to count 4, it'll be $1,000. And as to count 5 and 6, it'll be $150. He'll be ordered not to possess any drugs or alcohol in that case. Or he is not to possess any weapons or firearms. In case 2021 CF 7988, which is a charge of grand theft motor vehicle, looks like Mr. Sepulveda, I guess, was out on bond and also in pretrial diversion.
Correct, Your Honor. She was referred to pretrial diversion.
Did she have a bond or was she ROR'd?
Give me one moment, Judge. Let me see. Just put her. Let's.
Did say she felt the paper on her ring. Then it was forfeiture.
Whatever it is, we'll revoke it, and her bond will be set at 9 until seen by the trial judge. Is defense waiving her appearance?
That's fine.
Your Honor, Smith was mental health.
Smith was mental health. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent Smith. Like he was brought in on criminal mischief charges in case 2022 CF 1133. Review the affidavit. I will find probable cause. It's criminal mischief over $1,000. Defense, I'm probably going to set a bond anyway, but do you want to waive his appearance?
Sure.
Then we will set bond. And we'll stay the bond at $1,000, not to possess any weapons or firearms. Hi, good morning, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Morning, sir. My name is James Stanley, sir.
All right, thank you, Mr. Stanley. I'm going to appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. She's standing right next to you.
Yes, sir.
You're here on case, well, you're here on a couple cases. Give me 1 second. Here on case 2022 CF 1121 for grand theft motor vehicle. I will find probable cause exists for that charge. We'll stay the bond at $1,000. Order you not to possess any weapons or firearms. You're also here on case 2022 MO55, which is a county ordinance, I guess,
Sir.
for alcoholic beverages in open container. Your bond in that case was $250.
Sir.
We're going to double the bond, so it'll be $500 in that case, okay?
Okay.
Any conditions of release that were previously in that case will remain. If you have any questions, talk to your attorney and have a good day.
Thank you so much, sir. God bless you.
Keep an eye out. Keep an eye out.
Morning, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Corey Taylor.
All right, Mr. Taylor. All right. First case you're here for is 2022 CF 1123 for 4 counts. First count's possession of methamphetamine. Second count's tampering with physical evidence. Third count's possession of drug paraphernalia. The fourth count's resisting an officer without violence. I'm going to appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. I have reviewed the police affidavit. I will find probable cause exists. I will state the bonds and the amounts in the police report. So count 1 will be $1,000. Count 2 will be $150. Count 3 will be $100. And count 4 will be $100. You're not to possess any weapons, firearms, drugs, or alcohol while this case is pending. You're also here on case 2021 MM 4911, where you're out on bond for petty theft of $100 or more and resisting an officer without violence. Your bonds in that case were $500 and $100. Going to double the bonds now. They're going to be $1,000 as to count 1 and $200 as to count 2. And any conditions of release in that case will remain the same. If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer. Best of luck to you.
Your Honor, Thompson bonded. Wellborn also bonded.
Who?
Wellborn.
Malcolm Wellborn, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, was that Thomason or Thomas?
Thomason.
Thompson.
But no, while we're talking about Timothy Thomas,
Yes.
Do you want a number?
Oh, yes, Your Honor, I'm sorry. I thought they said he bonded.
22002234.
Thank you, Judge. Bonded.
Both Thomas and Thompson bonded.
Bonded.
You only have one.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No, we like that. Like the bonds. Morning, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Vincent Williams.
All right, Mr. Williams, I'm going to appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. You're here because you were picked up on the charge of battery evidencing prejudice. I'm not sure I've seen that one before. Let's see here. Okay, I reviewed the affidavit. I will find probable cause exists. Set your bond at $2,000. I'm going to order you not to possess any weapons or firearms while you're out on bond. You're also not to possess any drugs or alcohol, and you're not to have any contact with the victim.
Yes, sir.
If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer, and best of luck to you, sir, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Weapons, firearms, drugs, alcohol.
Okay, good. Yep, I'll be in touch with you.
Morning, ma'am. Can I have your name, please?
Aisha Willis.
All right, Ms. Willis, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. Looks like a capias was issued, I think, for your failure to appear in case 2021 CF 5871 for the charges of resisting an officer with violence and battery on a law enforcement officer. Your bond in those cases has been set at none until you see the trial judge. If you have any questions, ask your lawyer, and best of luck to you, ma'am.
Judge, is she, I'm sorry, does she have private counsel on this?
I don't know. Ma'am, do you have prior counsel on this? No? You ever talked to a lawyer before?
No? I don't even know what's going on.
Okay, this is not you. You're
The record says she's had a public defender since May.
Huh?
The system says you've had a public defender since May.
But they didn't never tell me what to do or nothing. He told me, last time I talked to him, he said I was getting a new public defender, so I don't even know who the public defender is.
I can understand that frustration. Legally, I can't do anything with a capias. The capias is issued by the trial judge, so I can literally do nothing until you go see them. So I understand if that's the case, how frustrating that is. All I can tell you is keep bugging your attorney until you can get in front of the judge, okay?
I don't know who that is.
She should tell you. It's the public defender's office. That's who's been appointed in this case a couple times now, right?
Is his name?
Yeah, that's his name.
All right, thank you.
All right, good morning, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Peter Antonio Demetrius Woods.
Okay. Mr. Woods, it looks like you're here on a add-on in case 2022 CF 1092. What that means is usually the police have added charges to charges you've already come to a judge and seen. And the charge they've added is battery, evidencing prejudice. I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. Yeah, this is the same. So I'll find probable cause exists. We'll set your bond at $2,000. I'm going to order you not to possess any weapons or firearms. You're also not to have any contact with the victims as alleged in the police affidavit. You're also not to have any drugs or alcohol while this case is pending. If you have any questions, ask your attorney, and best of luck to you, sir. No weapons, alcohol, drugs. No weapons, firearms, drugs, alcohol, victim. I probably should have, but I didn't do it for the other guy. I gotta be fair and all that stuff.
It's not gonna happen.
Good morning, ma'am. Can I have your name, please?
Vanessa Bradley, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, you're here on a couple cases, it looks like. The first case is 2021 CT 7620. It says it's for a failure to appear. The charges were driving while license suspended. That's the only charge, driving while license suspended. There was a capias issued for your arrest.
And I've turned myself in.
Did they set a bond? Yes. They set a bond of $1,000 in that case. And then you were also out on bond in case 2021 CT 7243.
Judge, I think that's the same
one.
case number as the,
That's not. But I don't have the facts in front of me, so I don't know if it happened after. So what I'm going to do is, as to 21 CT 7243, we're just going to stay the bond at what it was. It looks like it was $500. Yeah, we'll just take no action on that. The conditions are released the same. Okay? Best of luck to you, ma'am. Seems like you're happy. All right, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Can I have your name, please? Your name?
Christian Buckley.
All right, Mr. Buckley. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You're here for the charge of unlawful racing or participation in unlawful racing. I have reviewed the affidavit. I will find probable cause exists. You do qualify for pretrial release. Does the state have an objection to pretrial release?
No objection, Your Honor.
Then we'll release you straight to pretrial release. And does the state want any other conditions of release?
No, Your Honor.
Any?
No, Your Honor.
Then we won't do any.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Hi, good morning. Can I have your name, please? Your name, please?
Julián Castro Feus.
All right, Mr. Castro, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You're here on the charge of driving while your license was suspended. I have reviewed the police report. I will find probable cause. We'll stay your bond at $1,000. Order you not to drive without a valid license. Do you have any questions? Talk to your attorney. Best of luck to you, sir. Morning, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Christopher Chappell.
All right, Mr. Chappell, I'm going to appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. She's standing right next to you. You're here because you're picked up for the charge of driving while under the influence. Don't see that he has any history. Does the state have an objection to pretrial release?
No objection, Your Honor.
I will find that there's probable cause. We'll release him straight to pretrial release. While you're out on release on this case, sir, you're not to possess any drugs or alcohol.
Your Honor, what's the case number, please?
2022 CT 103,
Thank you, Judge.
I believe.
103?
AE, yeah. Yeah, because it gets wonky when you see.
Thank you.
Yeah. AE.
Thank you.
Is that where the letters go for different municipalities? Oh, look at you teaching me something. All right, good morning, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Ladarian Hollingsworth.
Mr. Hollingsworth, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. She's standing right next to you. You're here because you were picked up for the charge of driving while your license was suspended. I'm going to find probable cause exists. You do qualify for pretrial release. Does the state have an objection?
No, Your Honor.
We'll release you straight to pretrial release. I'm going to order that while you're released, that you're not to drive any vehicle without a valid driver's license. If you have any questions, talk to your attorney, and best of luck to you.
Your Honor, Ishman bonded.
Who?
Ishman?
Ishman?
Yes.
This guy right here.
What about him?
Did you say?
Yeah, I said don't drive without a valid license.
Okay.
I don't have Ishman anywhere around me right now. So I might have to ask about that again. Okay. Great. Well, that kind of stinks that you took it out, because now I don't get to feel like I've, you know.
Well, sorry, what I didn't think you didn't want to read. I hope you want to read it if we want.
I'm just saying.
Tomorrow.
All right, sir, can I have your name, please?
Nain Jimenez.
Thank you.
I will leave them in tomorrow.
All right. Sir, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. They're standing right next to you. You were picked up on a moving traffic violation, I guess, riding as a passenger in an illegal racing. I think that's what that says. Give me 1 second. Yes, the one. Yeah. Okay, I guess I'll find probable cause exists for that. They put no bond?
Which one is this one?
Jimenez Rivera? Am I missing something? Why would they put no bond?
They did the other guy the same way.
Because it's FHP, that's why. All right, anyway. He qualifies for pretrial release. Does the state have an objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, then you're going to be released straight to pretrial release, sir. You're not to, well, does the state need any other conditions of release?
No other conditions, Your Honor.
All right, sir, so you'll be released today. Just stay in touch with your attorney and cooperate with pretrial release, and best of luck to you. If you have any questions, ask your attorney, okay?
Sure.
Your Honor, may I have that case number, please?
2022 CT 570AO.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you.
Orlando. Orange County.
Why the hell would they put no bond for a guy for riding in a car?
Your Honor, we have Payne, Don Payne. She bonded.
Who?
Payne. P-A-Y.
Yes, you took that one away already?
Okay.
That's not, very yeah, it's okay, thanks. Mayor, can I have your name, or sir, can I have your name, please?
Micaiah Bates.
Mr. Bates, I'm going to appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. You're here on case 2022 MM 638 for petty theft. Does he have a hold from out of state? Is that what this
Yeah,
is?
fugitive, yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
He doesn't have a hold, but he's here for the actual fugitive warrant.
Doesn't have a hold, but he has a warrant.
But he's here on the fugitive warrant as well. So we're here,
Means he's going to be held,
correct, Your Honor, yes.
so it's like a hold.
Well, we don't have a hold, but he's here on it, so. He's here for the petty theft, but we do, he
If I
is
give him a
also,
bond right now, he's
Yeah,
not getting
he
released.
cannot go anywhere, correct,
That's what I'm asking.
correct.
Is this a case the state would have an offer on? He'd like to resolve it if possible.
This is my offer sheet. Oh. Sure, does the state have an offer?
Your Honor, it'd be a withholds court cost and a return to the scene.
No, I'm not doing that today, not with his out-of-state history that I'm looking at. What we'll do is, I reviewed it, I'll find probable cause, we'll stay the bond at $500, not to return to the scene. If you have any questions, ask your attorney. Best of luck to you.
So tell whichever lawyer you're fine. You don't have one yet.
Morning, ma'am. Can I have your name?
Christina Brown.
Ms. Brown, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. She's standing right next to you, okay? You were picked up in case 2022 MM 639 for possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm reviewing the police affidavit. I will find probable cause exists. We're going to stay the bond, we'll stay the bond at $500. You're not to possess any weapons, or, I'm sorry, you're not to possess any drugs or alcohol while you're out on bond. Keep in touch with your lawyer. If you have any questions, please ask your lawyer, and best of luck to you.
See what I can do.
Morning, can I have your name, please?
William Luna.
Mr. Luna, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. It appears you were picked up on state misdemeanors. Specifically, it looks like a trespass. Will probable cause exist for trespass? What was this trespass on? Does the state want to make an offer?
Yes, Your Honor, the offer would be an adjudication with no return to the scene based on his prior history.
If you'd like to accept that, Judge, he read a plea form in the back.
Okay.
Sign right there.
Huh?
So that's why I was asking.
Ron, he has 2 days in. 2 days in. Correct.
I approach. Madam Clerk, I don't have a case number.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Luna, can you raise your right hand to be sworn in by the clerk? You want to try it again?
Did you solemnly swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, but nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Let's try it again. Can you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, Mr. Luna, is it your desire today to enter a plea to state misdemeanors, or specifically trespass, in case 2022 MO 124AO? I have a plea form in front of me that has your name on it, an attorney's signature, and it says next to the defendant, it has a signature. Is that your signature on this page? Did you just sign this plea form? Do you understand the rights you're giving up on this plea form?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions for your attorney that she was unable to answer or did not answer?
No, sir.
Okay. Are you freely and voluntarily entering this plea?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to do this? Do you understand that if you are not a United States citizen, you will be deported for entering this plea?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll find that you are freely and voluntarily entering this plea. I will adjudicate you guilty of trespass. And we'll sentence you to credit time served, which I believe is 2 days.
2 days, yes.
I can order you not to return to the scene, but I'm not sure that matters. So, if you're not on probation. But you're not to return to the scene. Do you have any questions?
No.
Was there anything else either attorney would like me to ask?
Your Honor, is it a guilty or a no contest?
Are you pleading guilty or no contest?
No contest.
All right, I'll accept your plea of no contest, and I will make all the findings I previously made. Is there anything else the attorney wants me to ask? No?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Oh.
Translating and then they'll get them mixed up.
You mean do anything else?
Yeah, you just sign it, that's it.
You don't get that?
Hi, good morning, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Judge is asking.
My name's Swan Robinson.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Swan Robinson.
Okay.
Judge, the state's offered an adjudication credit time served.
Okay. You can approach with the plea form whenever you're ready.
Thank you.
Mr. Robinson, can I have you raise your right hand for me? You swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Is it your desire today to plead to trespass on property after warning in case 2022 MM 635? Did you sign this plea form that I'm holding up right now?
Yes, sir.
Was your lawyer able to answer any questions that you had regarding your plea form?
I don't know.
Do you understand the rights you're giving up on this plea form?
Yes.
Are you freely and voluntarily entering this plea?
Yes, sir.
Is anyone forcing you or coercing you to do this?
No, sir.
Do you understand that if you are not a United States citizen, you will be deported?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the charge of trespass on property after warning?
No contest. Man, guilty.
Which one?
Guilty.
Okay, I'll accept your guilty plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty of trespass on property after warning. We'll sentence you to credit time served.
Ms. Ramica, 2 days?
2 days, correct.
If you have any other questions, talk to your lawyer, and best luck to you, sir. I'm going to give you a year to pay court costs, okay? Yes, I'm giving them all to you. All right, good morning, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Christian Gallardo, good morning.
All right, thank you, Mr. Gallardo. Mr. Gallardo, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you for today's proceedings. You have an out-of-county warrant, which you're being held at no bond. It looks like the county is Osceola, so I don't imagine it'll take too long. Do we know how long it takes to get transported to Osceola?
Usually within 24 hours, Your Honor.
Okay, so you should be transported within 24 hours, all right? And then the bond may, I guess, be able to change depending on what it is once you get in front of the trial judge. But right now, you're gonna remain inside and then get transported to Osceola. If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer. Best of luck to you.
Rana is mental health.
Does anyone know why this was reset?
You see,
Oh,
Is it a reset?
Yes, sir.
Mental health.
This was mental health yesterday?
Yes, sir.
And the judge previously didn't have the Constitution to do what I'm about to do?
I suppose so.
All right, in case 2022 MM621, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender. We're here on a battery domestic violence case. I don't have, did pretrial release have any contact with the victim?
No, Your Honor. Well, it states here that victim is in Orange County Jail. Let me, let's see. Adam Rena.
So we could bring him up and ask him.
He bonded.
Which one, the victim?
Yes, Your Honor, he bonded,
So we can't bring him
correct.
up. I was joking.
Today's the 28th, right? Yeah, he bonded yesterday.
I'm gonna find probable cause for battery, domestic violence. I'm gonna order that you have no hostile contact and not to possess any weapons or firearms. I'm gonna set the bond at $750. Did I say no weapons and firearms?
Cologne is a refusal, Your Honor.
Alejandro Colon, case 2021 CF 4986. Here on a violation of probation, I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent him. Is there two cases?
No, it's just one case. It's the only one. It's already in jail.
Yeah, that was already seen. Correct. This is an add-on.
Okay, so we're only here for 4986.
Correct.
His bond will remain at none.
It was what, refusal?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay, sir, you can step on up. Can I have your name, please?
James Swanson.
All right, Mr. Swanson, I'm gonna appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. She's standing right next to you. You're here in case 2011 CF 120414, sorry, for a violation of probation.
He defended D.
Oh, BO, sorry, 2011 CF 1204, 2011 CF 12014B.
Yes.
Your probation's at, all right, I'm sorry, your bond's at none. It'll remain that until you see the trial judge. If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer, and best luck to you.
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
I can ask you what they have me violated for?
It's the only deal.
What?
The officer did an on-BOP. I don't know the reason why.
Failing to live without violating any law and being arrested for the criminal offense of violation of probation and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon.
That was his charges, yeah. But I don't know what officer. That's the only deal.
right, good morning, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Asden.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Basden. You're here in case 2021 MO125AO. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You're here on the charge of disorderly conduct. One second. Find probable cause. Are you all wanting to resolve the case today?
He is, Judge.
Indication, credit time served?
Two days.
Sir? I also don't have a case number for this one. May I approach?
Yes. All right, sir, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes.
All right. I have a written plea form up here for disorderly conduct. Is it your desire to enter a plea today as to that charge? And I know it's hard for you, but you gotta say yes or no because we're being recorded.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Are you entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Is it anybody forced or coerced you to enter this plea?
Oh.
Do you understand that if you are not a United States citizen, you will be deported? Say it a little bit louder.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Did you have a chance to see the plea form I'm holding up in the air?
Yes. Yes.
Do you understand all the rights that you're giving up by entering this plea?
Yes.
Have you had an opportunity to speak with a lawyer about any questions you'd have about this plea form?
Yes.
How do you wish to plead to the charge of disorderly conduct?
No contents.
I'll accept your plea of no contest. I'll find that it's free and voluntarily entered, that you haven't been forced to this plea, and that you understand the consequences of your plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty of disorderly conduct and sentence you to credit time served, which is 2 days.
2 days, yes.
You'll have a year to pay court costs. If you have any questions, talk to your lawyer, and best of luck to you, sir.
These are no contact orders I need you to sign, please.
Yeah, that should be it. Does anybody have anything else they need addressed?
Your Honor, was Ryan McClintic? I can give the inmate number.
I have no idea what you just said.
It's 220022229.
Bonded.
Bonded, okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's all.
Anything else?
No, thank you.
All right, thank you, everybody. I'm gonna go off the record.
Will we start at the same time tomorrow?
I will start as soon as she lets me. Which is, I think, 11. Are you doing it tomorrow, Scott?
well, Denise gonna be in here with you, but I'm gonna be
Is
here.
Denise doing it?
Yeah, tomorrow, so we'll be here at 11.
Yeah, so if they let me start sooner, I will.
I mean, you can,
But
it's up to you guys getting the paperwork to us.
no.
PD.
See, that's
It's it. We wait on the public defender to give us the PD form.
it's always someone else's.
It is, it's not us.
I know better than to ever blame the clerk.
It is never us.
May I?
See there, look at that, I got PD forms right here. No, I'm just playing. These the ones we did have? You playing, Michael? Okay. This, okay, gotcha. Okay. Thank you. See?
I have cops blowing up my phone for warrants.
No, that's it.
I think you were awesome.
You were awesome. Look at that. I got time enough to get to Home Depot and everything. I'll be on time for work.
All right, buddy. Thank you for everything. See you tomorrow.
Yep. Okay, Miss Robin, I'm coming. I'm finna bring,
No, that's fine.
give them to you. Let me see. It was just that one. Oh, I got time to spare.
How he doesn't do all of recess. He doesn't do recess. No, that's small stuff.
Make sure you come
And
tomorrow and
that's
bring
awesome.
the drink in.
Well, now I get to chug it in my car, so
Oh my
it'll
God.
probably be still cold, right?
Yeah, oh, yes. It'll be nice and frigid.
Oh, man.
When do you get done, 2?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, we all get to go.
They send you this, Miss Robin, a copy of this one.
Oh, yes, please. Thank you. You're here tomorrow?
Yes.
Okey doke, we'll hang out.
We'll hang We'll hang in.
Maybe if I wake up early, I'll bring you donuts.
Oh,
What kind of donuts do you like? You don't like donuts? What do you eat for breakfast?
Yeah. Their meat prices have gone up, huh?
Claremont, what's the other one? Out there near Lake County.
Yep, we good. Yep, I'll be here. Oh, you eat donuts. Why you here another weekend? You got the whole month? Y'all do monthly now or just every 3 weeks? Oh, wow. Well, I was just wondering, like, you were just here. Yeah.
My paycheck is gonna be
Okay.
Ooh.
Hey.
Don't say.
That's what I'm talking about here. I don't mind.
Take care.
All right.
All right.
And, you know, I don't eat that